If you have a warrant in Louisiana, it will not go away until you resolve it. The biggest problem with having an active warrant in the system is that if you're ever pulled over by a police officer, he'll run your name and he'll see it. Then he may arrest you and detain you for weeks until the jurisdiction that got the warrant comes to get you or the time period to hold you runs out. This can be devastating, and it happens all of the time. An arrest warrant is also known as an affidavit warrant or a fugitive warrant. It will appear on a criminal background check as a fugitive warrant. It is a warrant for an arrest of an individual based on the affidavit of probable cause presented by the police officer to the judge. The judge then signs the warrant authorizing the arrest of the defendant. An arrest warrant is different than a bench warrant, which is usually issued by a judge for failure to appear in court. Let's do an example. Let's say years ago a Bossier Parish sheriff obtained an affidavit arrest warrant for your arrest because you were accused of using someone else's credit card without their authorization. The officer obtained a signed warrant from a judge to arrest you based on the charges of theft and access device fraud. Let's say you live out of state now in Texas. One day you're driving to work and school with the kids in the car. An officer pulls you over for running a stop sign. He runs your name from your driver's license. The system shows a hit for an active felony arrest warrant out of Bossier Parish. The police officer detains you and calls for someone to pick up your children. You then sit in jail for the next 2 weeks in Texas awaiting extradition to Louisiana. You cannot make bond because bonds are not set for this. But the Bossier sheriff never comes to get you. You're then released because Texas doesn't want to hold you anymore. Every county has a time limit they will hold you. Now you're out of jail. However, the arrest warrant is still active. You could get arrested again and go through the exact same ordeal unless you turn yourself in to the Bossier Parish Jail. In most cases, the only way to make an arrest warrant in Louisiana go away is if you turn yourself into the jail of the parish where the warrant was obtained. We highly recommend hiring a defense attorney before you do this. We offer pre-arrest phase legal services to our clients with arrest warrants, which include assisting in the process of turning yourself in and getting a bail set. Our lawyers will reach out to the arresting officer and prevent any questioning of you. Without our help, the police officer will try to get you to confess to the alleged crime while he is booking you. This is a very sensitive situation. We will communicate with the police officer to establish the best time and method for you to turn yourself in. In some instances, we can get the officer to agree to issue a summons in lieu of having to be booked and bonded. This is reserved mostly for misdemeanor cases. Once you've been booked on the charges, the judge will need to set bail. Our criminal lawyers know how to approach judges regarding this sensitive issue to get the lowest bail possible. Keep in mind, your bail amount may be lower if you turn yourself in versus if you are extradited and brought before the judge. The judge may view you as a flight risk. On the other hand, if you turn yourself in and you have an attorney, the judge may view you as someone here to take care of your business. Nevertheless, other factors play a role in the amount of bail, such as the facts of the case, type of charge, your criminal record, etc. Bench warrants or attachments differ from arrest warrants because bench warrants are issued from the bench, meaning in open court. For instance, a defendant has a speeding ticket that he has never paid, nor did he ever appear at court on the date of a summons. The judge may issue a bench warrant or attachment for the individual for failure to appear in court. It has the same effect as a fugitive warrant. If the case is a misdemeanor, you may be able to hire our firm to go to court and ask the judge to recall the attachment without your presence. This isn't possible in every situation because every case is different. For instance, you have a misdemeanor weed possession charge in Shreveport City Court that you never appeared for because you live in Florida now. We may be able to get that warrant recalled without you actually coming to Louisiana. You may need to come to a later court date. It just depends on the case. If you have a bench warrant for failure to appear on a felony charge, you can hire us on the case and we can go with you to request the attachment be recalled. Many times we can keep the judge from remanding you for failure to appear. There are several options we may have depending on the judge, the prosecutor, charges, facts of the case, and the defendant's circumstances. At the Barkemeyer Law Firm, our warrant defense lawyers work with clients on a daily basis to make their warrants go away. Since we're strictly a criminal defense law firm, we know all the ins and outs of the criminal justice system and how to get through this difficult time of dealing with a warrant. If you have a warrant in Louisiana, feel free to contact us for representation.